Current voice, English. Silver can't attract the good games host. Gold can replace a nice tutorial. Welcome to Azure Game Utopia. In Club of Cthulhu, players will play as investigators from the 1920s, exploring various unknown and mysterious knowledge. But ignorance is sometimes not a bad thing. When you look low into an abyss, the abyss looks into you. First, each player takes one reference card. Place one of each blessing token in a row with the star side facing up. Leave space above and below to place cards. Choose one color of scoring cards and put them together. This is the scoring range table for this game. Place the ritual mat in the center of the table. Place the same number of desecration tokens as the number of players in the center. Each player randomly draws 3 manuscript cards and places them face up under the corresponding colored blessing token. This area is called the Research Journal Zone. The area above is called the Omens Zone. If you draw a dual-colored manuscript card like the one shown, the player chooses to place it under one of the corresponding blessing tokens. After shuffling the remaining manuscript cards, divide them as evenly as possible into 5 piles and place them at the 5 corners of the ritual mat. The person who most recently lit a candle becomes the starting player. The game will proceed counterclockwise from them. If no one has lit a candle, then the craziest person at the table starts. The goal of the game is, players must acquire manuscript cards through the process. When the game ends, the number of manuscript cards under each unflipped blessing token will be scored according to the scoring range table. The player with the highest total score wins the game. The turn process has 4 phases as shown. After completing all of them, the next player counterclockwise takes their turn. The sequence is as follows. First, choose any one of your cards in the research journal area with a corresponding blessing token that is still star side up. Place the chosen card face up on top of any pile that still has cards on the ritual mat. Then along the line connected to this card pile, take the top card from each of the 2 connected positions if possible and place them face up in your Omen Zone. After that, check if you have at least 3 cards of any deity in your Omen Zone. If so, you will be blessed by that deity and perform the steps below. Flip the blessed blessing token to the non-star side. This indicates that column is blessed. Place all cards from the Omen Zone under the corresponding column in the research journal. Dual-colored cards can be placed in either corresponding column. After placement, the current player's turn immediately ends. The next player begins their turn. If the player is not blessed, then proceed to the next phase. From the newest cards in your Omen Zone, choose any deity on any one card. Activate that deity's effect. The effects will be explained later. After activation, proceed to the next phase. Finally, the player must choose whether to return to, sacrifice a manuscript, and execute another complete turn. If not, place all cards from the Omen Zone into the corresponding areas of the research journal, then end your turn. The game will repeat the above process until 2 conditions are met. The game will end. Flame dies out when 2 card piles on the table are exhausted. The game ends after the current player completes their full turn. Researcher disappears. When one player has all 5 blessing tokens flipped to the non-star side, the game also ends. After the end, each player scores points for cards in each unblessed column. Check the scoring range card being used this game for points. After everyone calculates their total score, the player with the highest score wins the game. In case of a tie, the player with fewer blessings wins. If still tied, the player with more manuscript cards wins. If still tied, the player who gets admitted to a mental asylum first after the game wins. These are the basic rules of the game. Below are some additional details about the game. For a 2-player game, the game ends when 1 card pile is exhausted instead. Turn sacrifice a manuscript. If all 5 blessing tokens are non-star side up, choose any card instead. Finally, deity abilities are shown on screen. Pause if needed to view them. When a deity's blessing token is flipped to the non-star side, although this column won't score points, the corresponding deity's ability will be enhanced. Going mad at the right time will be key to victory. Also, players with desecration tokens, after receiving manuscript cards next time, must place the desecration token on top of one of the acquired cards. This deity's count on this card is doubled. In short, it makes it easier for players to be blessed. At the end of the turn, return the desecration token to the center of the ritual mat. Those are all the rules of the game. See the summary below. Club of Cthulhu is a simple push-your-luck game. Players collect cards to score points through a simple turn process. But the various scoring ranges, different deity abilities, and enhanced blessing system increase the game's variety and replayability. Players who enjoy push your luck games should definitely try it. This tutorial ends here. If you liked it, please subscribe, like, and comment. The Azure Game Utopia channel has new videos every week. See you next time. Bye bye.